This is the story history forgot. This is the lost chapter. In the long annals of human history, wars have been fought for land, for power, for ideology. Some were noble, most were tragic. And then, there was Australia's war against giant flightless birds. Today, on the lost chapter, we turn our gaze to 1932, the year that the proud nation of Australia declared war on the emu, Western Australia. The Great Depression had left farmers in despair, and to make matters worse, nearly 20,000 emus descended on farmlands like feathered locusts. These were not ordinary birds. Each stood over 6 feet tall, weighing up to 45 kilograms, with legs capable of outrunning most farmhands. To the desperate farmers, the emus were not wildlife. They were an invading army, pillaging wheat crops, tearing down fences, and causing chaos. With their livelihoods at stake, farmers pleaded for help. And in a move that future historians still struggle to say with a straight face, the Australian government answered. The government dispatched a small military force to the wheat fields. At their head, Major G.P.W. Meredith, a decorated World War I veteran. His weapons, 2 Lewis machine guns, a truck, and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. To the farmers, he was their savior. To the emus, he was a minor inconvenience. The mission was clear: engage, suppress, eliminate. Australia was now at war. With birds, the first battle began in November 1932. The soldiers spotted a force of nearly 1,000 emus gathered near the farmland. The ambush was set. The Lewis guns roared to life and immediately jammed. The emus scattered into the bush in small, mobile units, displaying what one might generously call guerrilla warfare tactics. Where one group was targeted, another would flank. When the soldiers advanced, the emus retreated, only to regroup moments later. Major Meredith and his men fired hundreds of rounds. The emus lost perhaps a dozen. Undeterred, the Australians mounted a second assault. This time they brought a truck-mounted machine gun for added mobility. Unfortunately, the terrain was uneven. The truck bounced wildly. The gunner couldn't aim. The emus, meanwhile, outran the truck. The birds, it seemed, had mastered evasive maneuvers. The soldiers, however, had not mastered driving. By the end of the second engagement, the men were exhausted. The emus were amused. After weeks of combat, the government quietly withdrew its forces. The final tally? Nearly 10,000 rounds of ammunition expended. Only around 200 emus confirmed down. That's roughly 50 rounds per bird, an efficiency rate that military historians would charitably describe as catastrophic. Major Meredith himself admitted defeat, famously remarking, "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of Zulu's yes." He compared emus to Zulu warriors. The press had a field day. Headlines mocked the government for losing a war against oversized poultry. The farmers, their crops continued to suffer. The emus, having faced down modern weaponry, carried on with their lives, victorious. Australia's military reputation remained intact, but only because no other nation wished to claim credit for the Great Emu War. Today, the campaign is remembered less as a military operation and more as a national punchline, a story told whenever history dares to take itself too seriously. Because in 1932, the emus of Western Australia won a war, and humanity surrendered. This has been the lost chapter. The tale of the Emu War, the only conflict in history where the victors never once fired a shot.